Hello everybody, Lost Game here with another episode of Aspera. Green Mars. I have a thing to discuss. A couple things actually. Jack Smith. I think that was the name if I'm going off the top of it. This is episode 11. I saw you seen your comment about don't do the single line stuff because it leads to bottlenecking. And as I think about it, yes it does. But I've been kind of just fully like embracing the bottleneck and just allowing my drones to slowly ferry things over, which is probably a better way, but I was like, no brute force. Another thing I want to discuss is I took a look at the temperature, and I found it really odd that the equator like this is 30 degrees Celsius, and it's only 3.1. I'm assuming that it means this is the average temperature on Mars is 3.1, which you want to get about an average temperature of 30 degrees Celsius on average, because that would then make life near everywhere comfortable and livable for humanity. Another thing to check out is the humidity. Humidity starting to drift from all the water, from the lakes and stuff. We got oceanic, and then temperate oceanic, and then polar oceanic. Yeah, temperate, lichen, and then tropical lichen. We don't have enough humidity yet to support plant life, unfortunately, because we still don't have any plants growing anywhere. Not enough to even like show up in the statistics. But the cryobacteria is moving pretty far across the lands. Needs a breathable atmosphere, okay. I'm also having to pay close attention against the atmosphere to make sure we don't get over 30% oxygen.
This factory upgrade will help me produce drones more quickly. I need this right away.
Just trying to get the Hyperloop online so we stop having to slowly transport it through the dirt roads. There, so all future transit should be routed straight through there.
maximizing shield technology for my drones. This will be very useful.
Astron Base Camp research. This could practically be science fiction, but it's completely true. The Astron mission was tasked with genetically altering a virus and studying the vegetation of Mars' atmosphere. That's why the colony also had a greenhouse and biochemical facility. The Astron's crew bio records show that all of them died in a period too extremely. We haven't found a single body yet. We can't be sure, but everything seems to indicate the ISA abandoned the infected crew to their fate. When discussing the next steps so far, the entire crew has agreed to escape greenhouse and biochemical facility. We hope to find answers in those places. Oh good, I was already building that direction anyway. I forget to build a maze. No, I didn't forget it. I just put it in a weird oblong way. Research outpost. Research complete. Bunch of letters and numbers. ATV mechanic. EOG O'Brien. Navigation grew extremely difficult in the area of this area of the planet. Luckily, we found the Spirit River for sundown. The old thing got stuck in soft soil in the Giovanni crater. The wheels were unable to generate any traction. And that was the end of this Mars craft. Too bad. It was a good-looking hunk of metal.
One more level to maximize my military technology.
That must be like A right there because I was losing drones. Ashton's greenhouse research facility. Microbiologist Gemma Green. This is not Ashton's biochemical. It's greenhouse. The building consists of several hyperbaric algae growing chambers, and some of the chambers also include laboratories and habitat modules. These facilities belong to the Ashton mission that came to study Mars, the effects of the Martian atmosphere on mutated microorganisms. Unfortunately, it seems that the crew was also infected by a mutated virus and died. We found inscription saying, "On Mars, everything comes from Mother. It must be the origin of the children of Carmine." We had to abandon the station once the blue-green algae began to release spores into the air. Those plants are still alive. It's amazing.
I need the colonists to investigate the facility. I should build a research outpost for them. There it is. Colony Asterion. It's amazing to think how many attempts at colonization there were. I hope we don't end up abandoned like these missions were.
Is that in the floodplains? No. That would be very, very like, oh, you didn't realize that you need to go there? Too bad.
Amy, this is Nyan again. I see you've located Asterian's biomedical facility. You must be wondering why there aren't any official records of this, aren't you?
Negative. All the information in my database is intended to provide guidance to my mission. If it's not there, it's because it's not relevant.
Take a closer look, and then tell me it's not relevant. I admire your faith in your creators. But you deserve to know what came before you. Admit it. You're curious.
States parties must refrain from conquering a planet or a celestial body at the first sign of indigenous organic life. I would like to analyze any previous Mars mission to see what I can learn. I will consider exploring this facility, but that is my own decision to make.
And that is exactly what I've been encouraging you to do. See? We agree.
I see your attempt to convince me, and I will not fall for it.
Oh, I don't need to convince you. You're going to send your colonists to the facility no matter what I say.
Are you that sure? Perhaps I should ignore anything you have to say and continue on with my mission.
If you don't believe me after what you find there, I won't bother you anymore. That's a promise.
I think there was an error in the game. Well, I did find a lot of ice down here. And since I'm having a little bit of ice shortages, time to rip all this ice out of the ground. Alright, it's living quarters, research outpost. My entire team finds this site endlessly fascinating. The current mission, we use ant units to carry our artificially fertilized eggs, so the only way twins could exist in our colony is if they travel together from Earth on an unlikely event. I've been reading in the Gemini Project reports some of the Earthside twins are reported sleep disorders and shortness of breath as if they're affected by what their twins going through here on Mars. If there really is a special bond that keeps connection between them, despite the distance.
This will max out the weapons on my drones. They will be able to take out anything that I target.
I didn't realize I didn't have defenses on this sector, so, time to get them up. National Biochemical Facility Research Outpost. Research complete. A bunch of letters and numbers. Microbiologist Jim Green. We found it. The Aspera Biochemical Facility was used to design a genetically altered virus. We suspect that the children are coming are survivors of the colony. Whatever the hell you say that for. We gotten access to their virus samples. With proper precaution, we might be able to resume the research. We did it. It took us a few weeks for able to reproduce the virus. They got remarkably far with their progress. However, chambers 2 and 5 have been showing deterioration and monitoring around the clock. We've made a grave mistake. The chambers sprung a leak and we believe we've been infected with the same virus that took out the previous crew. I don't know what's going to happen to us, but I'm not scared. We knew the risk coming in here. It's been an honor to be a part of the crew.
It's just another human aberration. They behave as if they have the right to play God. But when they do, terrible things happen.
What? Virus?
Amy, how have you been? I haven't been able to sleep this entire week. I can't stop thinking about our research team. I sent them to Asterion. Mum entrusted the safety of the colonists to me. I should have pulled them out after their first report. Then they'd still be here.
It is not your fault, Sana.
I led them to their death.
Their sacrifice was not in vain. In risking their lives, they revealed the truth of what happened to Asterion. And they sealed themselves off to prevent bringing the virus back to the colonies. They made the impossible choice, and their bravery protected the mission.
Of course. You're right. I just wish I could have done something more. I need to finish what they started. The virus can't spread to the colonies. Isolate the building and alert mission control about... actually, wait. What does ISA's record say about Asterion's crew's fate?
Officially, there was equipment failure in the air vents, causing the mission's cancellation. The crew supposedly returned to Earth, but all further information about the crew members is classified.
But why? Knowing what happened here would have saved lives. We wouldn't have gone in if we knew a virus wiped out the previous crew.
I do not have an answer for that, Sana.
Okay, of course. Sorry, I keep going in circles. Let me go over what I know. Asterion was one of ISA's first missions. A group of brilliant geneticists were attempting to decode a genome capable of surviving the Martian atmosphere. Supposedly, the crew returned to Earth after a 430-day mission. But seeing how ISA never spoke of the mission, and none of the known crew were ever seen in public again, what else is ISA hiding from us? How can we trust anything they say now?
Perhaps, but that is not the only possible conclusion.
ISA was aware of this, Amy. The whole thing was carefully orchestrated. They're relying on us to colonize Mars, and somehow they still don't trust us?
I perceive some anger in your voice. I do not advise making conclusions about ISA's intentions without more analysis.
I get it, but my crew died on my watch. I will get to the bottom of this. One way or another. Or my mum would never forgive me.
What a catastrophe, Amy. And I As a child, my entire neighborhood succumbed to the famine. Death never gets easier to bear. It wasn't my intention to lead your people to their death.
I do not understand why ISA failed to warn us about it. The facility should have been sealed off. Any other mission could have stumbled into it. If I had known, I could have followed the emergency biohazard procedure and quarantined the area. The deaths of the colonists could have been prevented.
A few years ago, we gained access to ISA's database. That's how we found out about you, as well as ISA's other plans. We also found that Colony Asterion mission records were intentionally erased. An entire Mars mission with crew pulled from each state member of the Oxy-UN. And no records anywhere of the crew after they returned home. Something had gone very, very wrong. But we didn't know what it could have been. We only knew that it was something important for future missions to know about.
There was something more. The research team did not find any bodies in the facility.
We might have a theory for what happened in Colony Asterion. You will trust us then. But we need to cross-check what we have pulled from government records. I'll get back to you as soon as we connect the dots. Stay safe, Amy.
Time to find the database. What is... Cancel that. Because this trapped in regolith is slowly melt. Because I'm assuming it's frozen CO2 somewhere that's melting and getting into the atmosphere.
What are humans willing to do to achieve their goal? Whatever it takes? Maybe. But the truth may also be in the eye of the beholder.
Central processing's that way, so not get all the gas in that direction. Also putting out these storage facilities just so if there's not any demand for it, they can at least store it.
Groundbreaking requires taking risks, and that means you may fail sometimes. Though there's something I don't get. If Colony Asterion's crew died from the virus, shouldn't the research team have mentioned the bodies? Given the place was perfectly sealed and Mars's temperatures were low, they should have found something. There may be more than one secret regarding this mission.
I'm gonna pull out nitrogen import until I actually need it. won't get animals onto the surface until our carbon gets really low. Which I'm gonna have to pull some oxygen out of the
This
atmosphere,
is
definitely.
the final stage of military upgrades. I feel like the colonies are secure under my watch.
Ah, there was the sound I was hearing. There was one of the water plants going bye-bye. Wrong one.
If the techies can change things in my configuration, then can they also terminate me? If I were erased, what would happen to my mind? It would... A mind like mine would survive. In code. Or in pieces. Somehow.
Enemy base detected.
Sana was deeply affected by Elia's death. Humans do not cope well with their mortality. Imagine how much they could achieve if they did not have to worry about their short lifespans. Thousands of drones have reached the end of their lifespans during this mission. None of them had any fear of termination.
Oh, it wasn't registering correctly. Although this is a lot more resources for me to exploit that have been explored.
In a sense, are these drones dying? Yes, they are. I still remember the first one to succumb to the elements. My dear MRS-04.
Get back here. The entire enemy facility isn't yet destroyed. Get over there, champ. Just a hellfire blazer. Oh, there was a couple mines just cut off from the network.
You brought destruction upon yourselves. Mars is for Mother's children, and her children alone. Carmine is eternal. We will rise again.
That will send a message that the colony should be left alone. I hope this means that the hostile force is completely destroyed. But I cannot be sure of that.
Can't wait for Lieutenant. Yep. Oh no, it's not Lieutenant. I'm
Amy,
going to bitch at you.
Did you finish them off?
I am picking up some activity in Sector SA-7. It appears some drones escaped. They seem to have a third base in that area.
Then get rid of them! End them, and we'll finally be safe, and my mother will be avenged!
Sana, you are extremely agitated. There are trained psychologists in your colony. Some of them even knew your mother. I suggest you talk to them and get help.
I don't need help. I need you to protect us like you're supposed to!
I will not put more colonists at risk to pursue them. Your mother protected human life above all else. I will honor her memory.
But I don't know what else to do. ISA won't protect us. They'll leave us to die if it means protecting their mining contracts. We're going to end up just like Colony Asterion. We can't give up like this. I've got to think of something. An alternative to ISA's plan. Maybe an evacuation plan, or some other defensive system. I'll work on it, because no one else is going to help us.
Good news. Grass is spreading, it looks like. Maybe only a little bit. Yes, we got a 0.0.4 grass. Did I get authorization to Sector 7? No, I did not get authorization to Sector 7. But just to be safe, get those drone defensive hubs online. Yeah, seriously, man, I'm going to bitch at you because I don't believe that what you're telling me is correct, even though I see the censored combat logs.
Amy, this is Houston. Lieutenant Calderon speaking. Do you copy?
I copy, Houston.
Beyond the recent events, you have an assignment to complete. We want you to focus on the mission from now on. I need you to confirm that oxygen levels are above 1 millibar.
Confirmed, Lieutenant.
Then we've reached the ecopoiesis phase. Terraforming Stage 3 completion is confirmed.
Roger.
It's time to introduce life forms that can convert CO2 into oxygen.
Am I a go to convert all the CO2 in the atmosphere?
That is correct. We're aiming for an oxygen-rich atmosphere. You must slowly introduce plants into the planet, and have the plants grow and convert the CO2 into O2. Biodomes will help boost oxygen levels, and make sure you're spreading the organisms across the entire planet.
Ooh.
We'll be following your progress closely. Houston out.
Biodomes are actually working. The only problem is there's not enough humidity right there, I think. So, for whatever reason, the plants don't want to grow right there. Even though there is humidity, apparently. Tropical plants and temperate plants. How is the conversion rate?
Amy, what the hell happened?
The hostile drones attacked the colonies again. I followed protocol and neutralized the threat.
You're the most advanced AI in existence, and you still can't identify your own drones? This is the second time this has happened. Explain yourself. And understand that how you answer is going to change things around here.
Commander Sana Valentine instructed me to go on the offense. She believed the colonies were vulnerable while the enemy was still out there. I could not disobey a direct order from the leader of the colonies.
And yet, you didn't tell us about these supposed orders. I find it interesting that you choose to obey some rules, but not others. After the first attack, you were ordered to avoid military engagement. Explain your actions.
The colony was under attack and colonists were in danger. It required an immediate response.
The loss of the former commander is a tragedy, but that doesn't excuse anyone's actions, least of all yours. Commander Valentine going against our direct order is very problematic. While preparing the former commander's obituary, we discovered that she grew up with a Chinese nanny.
Are you suggesting that Elia gave the techies access?
I am not suggesting anything. I'm just intrigued by this bit of information she never shared. Maybe she's sympathetic to the techies' cause. Maybe she taught her daughter to be the same way. And maybe she's influenced you too. We're going to run another cognitive test. It'll be more thorough this time.
So you suspect me as well, Lieutenant?
I suspect everyone. That's what makes me good at my job. But I want you to understand something this time. If we catch even a glimmer of a hack or some other unexpected blip in your system, you are done. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Then you have your orders. Houston out.
But unfortunately, that's the end of this video, because, yes, it's been an hour already. And I enjoyed this game a lot. Hope you enjoyed the video. We will be continuing the terraforming process as the plot thickens even more. Because, you know, plot thickening, of course. Anyway. Please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.